Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Locking Down the Ladder. As always, it's LegnaK. Hope everybody's been having a fantastic day so far. Now, before we get into this episode, I know I said last episode that it was going to be the last episode for the Ninjask team. However, given that it's so close to the end of the season, I might as well just wrap it up, with the last two episodes being the Ninjask team. And next season, next season, I got it right the first time. That's when we're going to go ahead and do our next team. For multiple reasons, we did have some technical difficulties, whatever you want to call it. And the fact that Kartana, which is going to be on the next team, has not shined yet. And I'm trying to buy myself a little more time before we're just going to say it's not happening. And plus, I've yet to breed the Grimmsnarl that's needed for it. So, I'm kind of blaming this on myself at the fact that, instead of just, owning up to the fact, it's like, okay, we're not going to have a shiny Kartana or try and get one from a friend. I'm just going to be using this team until the end. So, let's go ahead and try and give this team the last hurrah for the next two episodes. And just a heads up, everybody, if you guys do not know, next season I'm going to be starting myself in Master Ball. Pretty much I'm going to be live streaming our, hard grab to getting to Ultra Ball tier, like Master Ball tier, all that jazz. And who knows, maybe we'll try and go for #1 on that same live stream. So, before I go anywhere, definitely don't miss that by going ahead and checking me out on Twitch. Links are going to be in below. But, that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into this, guys. I'm excited. It's been a couple days since I battled, because I did bulk record those last two. I've been really itching to battle again. I've been really, really itching to battle. It's something I just enjoy doing, and kind of sad that I don't nearly have enough time to make multiple teams and everything. But hopefully sooner or later we're gonna have more viewer input teams, streamer wise and stuff like that. Stream inputted teams, all that jazz. Again, if you guys do want to see, your own teams being featured on here, if you guys got any, unique Pokemon, or you guys just want, or want me to try out your teams, definitely let me know in the comments below, hit me up on Discord, Twitch, everything that you can get a hold of me. Let's go ahead and go against Javi? Is it short for, Javi? I have no idea. Alright, so, this looks like a standard Terrakion team. Very, very interesting. Got a Terrakion. How do we go about Terrakion? So I'm going to be honest, guys, with the new team, I'm so used to it. I was immediately thinking that we could just switch weakness policy. A little bit of a spoiler for the next team. But, I forgot I'm not using that team. So, we're going to have to make do with what we have here. And, shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's go ahead and go with Ninjask. Let's lead Ninjask because Ninjask does outspeed absolutely everything on that team. It does wipe out quite a good chunk of it too if we play our cards correctly. Nihilego might be an interesting play because Nihilego also does a huge chunk. I think it's only really worried about is the Terrakion. And even at that point, Terrakion can be a problem. Let's actually just pull the safe play and go Sandaconda instead. Definitely Nihilego in the back. I could definitely feel like Nihilego might be the key here. And Celesteela because we definitely could use the overall bulk. And with her natural, stats, she's just an absolute tank. So, let's just jump into this. Let's hope that, this all works out, to our, advantage. If not, it's not really the end of everything. Because, it is actually the end of the season. It's not really going to matter. It would be nice to, finish higher up, but there's no way we're going to be, going anywhere high. It's not a problem at all. Speaking of, end of seasons and everything like that, my question to you guys today is, what do you think Series 10 is going to be? Part of me is really hoping it's kind of another GS Cup, but with 2 legendaries instead. That's kind of, the biggest one I'm hoping for. But, I mean, if we don't get that, it's not the end of the world. It would be pretty cool otherwise, though. Alright, so we do have a Cinderace here. I do really feel comfortable with leading Ninjask, going for a Max Quake right off the bat, because the worst it's going to do is Max, or not Max, but Sucker Punch, do all that jazz. We're actually going to also Glare the Cinderace, because I want to make sure this Cinderace is not having any of this. Unfortunately, even at a +1, Sandaconda is not going to outspeed Sid Cinderace. So it is going to be kind of problematic, but we can hope. We can be at least a little optimistic that, you know, maybe he doesn't Dynamax, maybe, you know, things happen that, you know, he's not max speed, maybe he goes Adamant, you know, little things like that. And even still, I think Adamant still outspeeds Sandaconda, unfortunately. So we are very much running a risk that we're going to lose Ninjask here. If he does immediately go Ninjask, it's going to be very peculiar. Because Ninjask is not one of those Pokemon that are seen too much of a threat. You know, maybe Dig could be an option. You know, maybe I could just go for the Protect. Who knows? So either way, it's very interesting. He's actually going to go for the Swagger, which does show that it's actually a Lumberry set, which is really, really good. Really, really good for us because even if we do outspeed, even if all that happens, we get the glare off now. It is perfect. This is actual perfection right here. It's probably not going to kill the Cinderace. It's going to bring us pretty low. Excuse me, I do have to readjust my seating. I've actually been sitting here for a little bit because I've been like trying to figure out if we were going to use this team or not. So here comes a Max Airstream, which is unfortunately going to take out Ninjask here. That's fine. Oh, he's actually going to go for the Sandaconda, which is really, really interesting because Sandaconda just sits there and he's like, she goes, I don't care. I don't care if you're at +2. Sandaconda is extremely bulky. This is why I absolutely love this Pokemon. You know, she handles like pretty much every single hit. Honestly, this is definitely a Pokemon I do see myself coming back to. You know, maybe not next team, not the team afterwards, but definitely sometime in the future, I do see Sandaconda being an absolute fun and enjoyable Pokemon to use. I am going to protect Sandaconda here because I really do not want to lose her. Because if we can get the speed boost up, we can do all that, it's going to be great. And the reason we're going to do that is because a Spirit Break could be a problem. All these issues can be problematic. We got the speed boost up anyway, so we are still faster than the Cinderace. And it just occurred to me that it doesn't matter. We went for a Max Quake. We went for a Max Quake. It's not like we were trying to go for speed here. So, this is a Max Airstream going into the Cinderace. I want to get the Cinderace out of here as soon as possible. I should protect, but I really feel that this might be the play here too. This might actually be the play here too. So he's going to go for the Max Guard. That's not a problem at all. Again, if we do lose Sandaconda here, it's going to be a little sad, but it's not going to be the end of the world. So there's a Lagging Tail too, which is very interesting. Okay, so a full Essence. You know, no different, no better. Still a very dangerous item. If we do not play our cards correctly. So what we can do here is we can protect Ninjask, and we can go for a Rock Slide here. And the reason we're going to go for a Rock Slide is because maybe he still is max flying, maybe he still can go for the flying here. We could get a full Paralyze, you know, just any little bit here and there can be efficient. So let's go ahead and Max Guard. Ninjask is pretty much going to be done for here. Let's go for a Rock Slide, you know, possibly get a Grimmsnarl flinch. The Cinderace, it's still going to be a little bit faster, but we could just hope and pray that it does get the, you know, does get all those little things that we don't want happen to it. So he's actually going to go for a Snarl on the Sandaconda. Hopefully Sandaconda handles this. You know, hopefully she just says, I don't care. It would be really nice. So there's a Max Airstream. Makes me hope that he's actually going into the Ninjask. That's actually perfect for us. So, Sandaconda, buddy, baby, can you please handle it? Of course, she handles it like an absolute champ. Sandaconda is one of those Pokemon you just don't want to be on the bad side of. Like, Sandaconda is definitely a really, really good Pokemon. I absolutely adore this. I absolutely adore this Pokemon. Like, this team, you know, we did have some really rough runs, and it's really unfortunate because it doesn't show that it was as good as it was supposed to be. But, I don't know, we're seeing a little bit of promise with this match here. It's really interesting, but it's still way too early to counter chickens. It's not set in stone just yet. Alright, so here comes a Terrakion. So Terrakion can be problematic. I'm actually really, really worried about said Terrakion because Rock Slide is going to do a massive amount of damage. Hopefully he can miss. A miss would be nice. We are going to go for the Glare on said Terrakion too, because I definitely want to get this Terrakion to Ninjask actually avoids the attack, that actually makes me really, really happy. Because even though Ninjask is now the slowest thing on the planet, it's not the problem. Alright, so we are going to... Oh, that was a lot of damage. I mean, to be fair, Ninjask is exceptionally frail, and he does have the life orb that he did steal from Sid Ninjask. That is a little unfortunate that we did get that Rock Slide. You know, that Rock Slide miss. Or not Rock Slide miss, but, you know, the Rock Slide hit, a connection, and flinch. That's what I was trying to say. I do apologize. Sometimes my brain just does not want to cooperate with what I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and Flash Cannon the Grimmsnarl, get up a quick and cheeky, what do you call it, stat boost. We are going to protect Sandaconda here. I want to try and give as much hit points as possible because the Terrakion is going to be problematic. We can see anything from a close combat coming in. We can see a Rock Slide as well. You know, anything can happen with this Terrakion. Really surprised that he doesn't go for the Terrakion, but it honestly at the same time doesn't surprise me because Terrakion is a very high-risk, high-reward type team. It's a very high-risk, high-reward type team. Very good, though. Very, very good team. Alright, so Sandaconda snaps out the confusion. That's exactly what we wanted to see from her because she is an absolute champ. Alright, so here comes the Rock Slide. It may be banded. There's a very high chance that this could be a banded Terrakion, too. Looking at the damage, it does not seem to be the case. But he does get the flinch again, which is a little obnoxious. It's not the end of the world, though. Actually, now it can possibly be the end of the world. Oh, that could actually be really, really annoying that we got flinched twice in a row. It's not really the team's fault at this point. He got higher rolls. He got luckier. Again, not the end of the world here. Part of me wants to, like, switch Nihilego in here. And the reason I want to switch Nihilego in here is because we may lose Nihilego. There's a very high chance we may lose Nihilego here. But if we do not flinch on the Terrakion hit, it does give us an advantage because we can sit there, we can Rock Slide, we can start, you know, doing all this damage ourselves. We can start, like, denying this fella. But it is not set in stone. As I said, it was never set in stone that we were going to win this. He's going to hit that double. Nihilego handles that because Nihilego is actually really, really tanky for some reason. Really appreciate how tanky that Nihilego really is. So we do get the glare off, which is exactly what we needed. Exactly every little bit about that was something that we needed. Grimmsnarl gets a full para, so looks like things are starting to come up on our end. Sandaconda, we're just going to start Rock Sliding. We're going to just absolutely deny this person as much as we possibly can. Let's go ahead and go for a Meteor Beam here. And the reason we're going to go for a Meteor Beam onto the Terrakion, even though it's going to do absolutely nothing, is we're going to just try and get as much chip damage as we possibly can. Let's go for a Rock Slide here. Let's get a Rock Slide. Let's hope we get like a double flinch or a double para flinch. As I said, this is a denial team. This team is literally built to deny people any kind of movement and stuff. So at this point, Nihilego is just going to avoid the attack, which is fine. That's actually okay. I don't really, like... I do care, but at the same time, it's a little unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. As long as he doesn't hit, that's good. That is actually really, really good for us. Depending on what he has on the back, we can definitely just, like, finish it with Nihilego. It really, really depends on what's in the back. I highly doubt he's going to have Whimsicott. That's actually okay for us because the Primarina is not going to do anything to Sandaconda here. Let's go ahead and just Sludge Bomb because we are at +1. We are going to Rock Slide. We're going to do as much damage as we possibly can. I want to deny this Terrakion any and every opportunity to attack. If we do miss, it's going to be unfortunate, but I think at this point, I think Celesteela can still clean. Again, it's still at that point, unfortunately, where it's still too early to tell. Terrakion does get the flinch. That's exactly what we're asking for. I know this is kind of one of those strategies that everybody hates to see, but this is exactly what this team is built for. It's an absolutely, like, nasty denial of service team. Alright, so let's just keep on going. We're just going to keep on Rock Sliding. We're just going to keep hammering down this Terrakion. We are not going to let this Terrakion go anywhere. So he does try to go for the double protect. That does fail ultimately. The Sludge Bomb does connect. killing the Primarina. Primarina is out, so it is now just down to this poor little Terrakion, who is just struggling to try and get a hit off. And that being the case, we're not going to let up. There's no brakes on this train. Terrakion is just having a lot of trouble competing with this situation, which is good for us. This is exactly what this team is built for. It is a very nasty, very disruptive, very like stally team, but it's built to, you know, say, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win. So we're just going to keep on going. We're just going to keep rock sliding. And, you know, if Nihilego does go down here, we could just bring Celesteela in, who also has Air Slash. But that is the end of the battle, which is really, really good for us. We do get another win. Again, it is one of those teams that is just not built to make friends. Like, you do not think for a second you're making any friends while using this team. So, thank you for continuing to play ranked battles, commemorating your hard work. Please take this bottle of iron. I will definitely take some iron. You know, definitely really helpful for this, like, for the skin and everything. Unfortunately, we do not get a chance to see their team, which would have been really interesting. You know, we did get to see, you know, Lumberry, Cinderace, which was really neat. You know, Lumberry, Cinderace, Swagger, you know, that was also his undoing, is swaggering the Sandaconda too. But, let's continue on here. We are ready to keep on going. Alright, so we are slowly climbing up the rankings. The Ratter? I wish I could... at this point, I think everybody's well accustomed to the fact that I cannot speak English for a very long time. It's fine, though. Let's just keep on going. I'm really happy how well that team played out. Like, she did what she needed to do. Taka, let's see how well. Taka is in the top 1,000, so this could be leading up to be a slight problem for us. I definitely feel Ninjask is definitely, once again, the play here. Sandaconda is another fun one to bring in. I don't think Nihilego is the play, though. I don't think Nihilego is the key. Togekiss might be a good option. Togekiss might be a good option, because Togekiss does handle pretty much a lot of this very, very well. And Celesteela. Now, the problem is we do have some issues with Torkoal. If he does get the Trick Room up and everything, Ninjask does fall. Everything falls. But what we do have going for us is that Sandaconda will trigger a Sandstorm, which will completely nullify, you know, any kind of future future turns. Weakening, you know, Eruption, weakening Heat Wave, further weakening with the buffing damage of Eruption. But, I don't know, I'm pretty confident with this lead. I think Ninjask definitely has the options to, you know, do what it needs to do again. Like, because Ninjask is, I don't know, Ninjask is starting to show, like, what it can do. We're finally giving Ninjask the options to do what he wants to do. Alright, so, let's just get into this real quick. Alright, Taka, let's see what we got here. So, Venusaur and Porygon 2, which is very, very interesting. This could be problematic. So this can be incredibly problematic, but I don't think he is going to go for the, I don't think he's going to go for the Ninjask here. But I am going to, like, try and safely pull out the fact that we are just going to dual Wing Beat. And the reason we're going to dual Wing Beat instead of just max Airstreaming is because Venusaur does often hold Cobra Berry, which does limit or mitigate the amount of damage that a Flying type move goes. For the first hit, it's going to do probably about 20% damage at best, and then the next one may do 60 to 70% damage. So we may not get a kill even with a dual Wing Beat, but he's actually just going to go straight for the Dynamax here, which is really, really cool. That's really cool because, as I said, we're going to be like super bulky. Or not super bulky. We are going to be kind of comfortable with losing Ninjask here. If we lose Ninjask here, it's not the end of the world. We may have benefited. Alright, so there is the Cobra Berry like we did kind of like theorize. That's actually going to do absolutely nothing because he did Dynamax, which is really, really cool. But we're doing almost 50% damage with Ninjask. Like, Ninjask is actually still a pretty solid mon. I love this Pokemon very, very much. Alright, so we are actually going to lose Sandaconda here, which does really... It does really smart. It's okay. It's not the end of the world here, though. I can handle this. We're not in the driver's seat. We're definitely not in any way, shape, or form the driver's seat. He is going to go for a Trick Room here. So Trick Room is going to be mildly problematic, and especially it's going to be especially problematic if we do see an Eerie Impulse from this. If we do see an Eerie Impulse from this, this may be a huge problem. So yeah, so we gotta have to work with that. Ninjask, you know, do what you gotta do, buddy. We could see. Do we bring Togekiss in? I think Togekiss might be a fun idea, but Celesteela might be the better play. This is a really tough one here. Togekiss may be able to handle like the bulk of like a Max Ooze, an Ice Beam, little things like that. I think what we do is we do Follow Me here. And the reason we're going to Follow Me here is because we definitely want to get this Venusaur out. We're going to Dual Wing Beat here. We're going to Follow Me as much as, you know, as much as we can use offensive Togekiss here. I think it's going to be kind of like a moot point to do such a thing, because there is a high chance that he does run Eerie Impulse on the Porygon 2, because especially since it's Trace, I believe that's what it was. Since it is Trace, you know, Eerie Impulse might be the thing because he's not going to go for offensives and stuff like that. So he's actually just going to go for the Ice Beam, which we should handle pretty well. Yeah, we handled that very, very well. It's a dang shame, though. It's a dang shame. Poor Togekiss here. So, are we going to get a Max Ooze? There is the Max Ooze coming in. May not kill. There is actually... Wow, never mind. It may not kill, he says, as he watches his poor little baby fall to the ground. That's unfortunate. That is vastly unfortunate. But it's okay. We're going to go for the Dual Wing Beat. We are going to take out the Venusaur, which is definitely the thing that we definitely wanted to do. We wanted to get his Dynamax / Gigantamax out of here like yesterday. You do not want to deal with a very upset Venusaur, especially when you have the speed disadvantage. So we do have to worry about the fact that Porygon 2 now is at +1. Ninjask isn't going to do much. Ninjask is, I hate to say, kind of dead weight at this point because we are taking damage from Vine Lash, Sandstorm. Everything is coming up against us, so we may have one turn of Ninjask left. So it is not worth Dynamaxing. There is a very high chance that we may lose this match, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's really not the end of the world, because we are showing that this team does have some viability now. It's not just an utter blowout. It's not just an absolute, like, destruction like it was beforehand. Alright, so we're going to protect Ninjask here, and the reason I'm going to protect Ninjask is because I want to try and preserve our buddy as much as possible. We're actually going to go for the Max Airstream onto the Torkoal because that is a stab that is not, you know, resisted by Sid Torkoal. With our Assault Vest, we should lose probably about 70% from an Eruption, and that really depends if it's whether or not Specs or if it's Life Orb. I highly doubt you're going to run Life Orb. Charcoal was actually what I was meaning, but I'm just going to say, you know, there is a very small, very tiny chance that you do run Life Orb on your Torkoal, which is interesting. Alright, so let's get Ninjask protected here. Oh, excuse me, I do apologize. I don't know what is going on with my stomach right now. Feeling a little bit on the sick side. So there's Celesteela, actually tanking it a lot better than I was expecting. But there we go, guys. There was that Eerie Impulse that I did call. I did call that Eerie Impulse. We are going to lose this one, which is really unfortunate because not even 50% damage. But it does feel good to be able to call such a move like that, such an obscure move. I'm really, really happy that we did call that. Like, even though we're losing this match, there's no way. There's absolutely no way we're winning this match. Ninjask is going down here. I'm actually really surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised. I think it's going down next turn because I think the Vine Lashes are still going. We still have another turn of Trick Room here. And we're just going to protect Ninjask. We're going to try and hold out. You know, we're going to try and hold out as much as we possibly can. We are going to go ahead and just Airstream again. So I'm really, 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 really happy that we did call that. Like, again. So we do lose here. This is okay. So there's a Burning Jealousy that's going to take out Ninjask. An Ice Beam might kill here. Actually, not kill, but it might be a nuisance here. And the reason I say it's not going to kill is because, well, Celestial is a Soul Vest variant. It would have been nice to get a critical hit, you know, that way it wasn't a total blowout. But, hey, it's not the end of the world, guys. We're not going to win every single match, especially with a team that's very, you know, unorthodox. And the more I think about it, the less it's, I mean, the more it's obvious that we really don't have a good Trick Room counter. So good job to Tapu. I really liked your team. Like, it was a really good play, you know. I'm actually really glad. I'm really happy with myself that I was able to, like, call some of these plays, you know. Mega Venusaur holding the Cobra Berry. Mega Venusaur, but Gigantamax Venusaur holding the Cobra Berry. Eerie Impulse, Porygon 2. I'm really happy with these. Like, I'm really happy with these plays because, as I said, it's not about winning or losing in this segment at some points. It's about learning everything. Like, everything is a learning experience. So, I think that was really good for us, you know, being able to call these things. Especially, you know, seeing that, you know, it wasn't a download Porygon, so we know that it's going to be more defensive set. You know, little things like that, it really makes me happy that, you know, it's not just a, oh, we're just going to spitball and think it's going to work. So, that's one thing you got to do, is you got to read your opponent, you got to see how it plays, you got to look at the team structure, you know, little things like that. We're actually seeing a Cherrim here, and I'm really excited for this because me and a couple of my subscribers on Twitch were working on a Cherrim team ourselves just last night, really. So that makes me really happy seeing that we're already seeing Cherrim teams. Obviously, it wasn't my doing. I love seeing Cherrim. I'm very confused. Actually, never mind. I was going to say I'm very concerned or confused where we're going to see the Cherrim, but yeah, there's a Torkoal. There's a Torkoal that, you know, we should have seen like a second ago, but we didn't. Ninjask and Sandaconda are definitely the leads here. You know, we're going to get the paralysis going on. We're going to do whatever we can here. I don't think Nihilego is the key here. Nihilego could do some damage, but Nihilego is also very scared of a couple of these mons. Most notably, you know, we have Urshifu that can do a lot of damage. Landorus that can do a lot of damage. So I think what we're going to do is we're not going to bring Nihilego here, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the right play, is not bringing Nihilego here. Nihilego, I gotta say, it's still kind of the weak link, but as much as I love Dracovish, he hasn't really done anything. I'm thinking, you know, we may do a redux of this, you know, team in the near future, and at that point, we're not gonna have Dracovish, we're not gonna have Dracozolt. We're actually gonna have a better support mon, you know, with taunt. You know, it could be anything like Whimsicott. It could be something. It's definitely going to be a taunting mon. Maybe, you know, Prankster Thunderous will just get a buddy of ours to, like, let us let the Thunderous, you know, all that little jazz. Alright, so here is a very interesting play. What do you do here? Pop quiz, I'll tell you exactly what you do here. Torkoal is not going to be around much longer. Torkoal is actually going to switch because he does see a ground type and a pretty powerful, like, bug type. I say sarcastically. I am not very good at the sarcasm. But he's not going to sit there seeing a Sandaconda. So if he does stick around, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. But we are actually just going to go Dynamax and Max Quake into this. So the reason I am not worried about this is because I am very confident in my skills of saying that Torkoal is going to switch out for the Cherrim. And Cherrim is going to boost, you know, a very physical Tapu Koko here. So let's go ahead and let's big brain play this. Let's go for a high horsepower onto this anyways. We're going to do a little bit of damage to the potential Cherrim switch in. He actually does not swap, which is... It's not like, oh my god, really? It's, wow, I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. Not every single play I do is correct. Probably shouldn't have the same kind of screenshot, so, we gotta find out a good screenshot for this, but he's not gonna Dynamax Tapu Koko either, which is really peculiar. Are we seeing a Sash Koko? Okay, thank goodness we are not seeing a Sash Koko. That would have been just very awkward, very, I can guarantee also the crit did not matter. That would have been just a very embarrassing situation for all of us. So we are going to be a +1. High horsepower is going to do a little bit of extra damage here. Okay, that crit matters. Because an eruption shouldn't kill Ninjask. Yeah, shouldn't kill Ninjask. We get rid of the sun. No more sun. Bye-bye sun. So now it's our turn to play. It's our turn to play. We get the weather. We get the weather. We get to have fun. I'm not worried about this. I'm having fun here. We're having fun out of the sun. Alright, so I'm actually confused, not confused, but I'm curious to what he's going to bring in next time, because how I thought it was going to play out just fell through. Alright, so it is a Rapid Strike Urshifu. Alright, Rapid Strike Urshifu I'm not entirely worried about because we're just going to go ahead and max Airstream here, and we're going to go for a Rock Slide. And the reason we're going to do this is because it's going to bring it down to Sash. Rock Slide may actually wipe out both Mons here. He's actually going to Dynamax it, which is, it's mildly problematic, but I think we should still do a significant amount of damage that we're going to be pretty comfortable with in the future. I feel like we're going to be pretty confident with it in the future. I could see anywhere about 60 to 70% damage because this is a Life Orb Adamant Ninjask. And it's a stab move. Wow, okay, I was completely wrong. I love to be pleasantly proven wrong. Man, Ninjask, Ninjask. I'm glad that, you know, Bushido, our lovely little samurai, has been able to show itself, like, its true value, its true worth. You know, it's unfortunate the first two ones that we gave ourselves a lot of self-doubt, but now Ninjask is like, hey, we're here, we're ready to destroy everything, and destroy indeed you are doing, my friend. Destroy indeed you are doing. God. I'm glad that we decided to continue on. I'm so glad I decided to go back and double down. Ah, man. Alright, so there is the Cherrim. There is that lovely little Cherrim that we were expecting to see earlier. Unfortunately, it's not gonna like what it's about to come into it. It's not gonna be likely. So that is another battle canceled. That's another battle canceled, folks. Which, you know, that is a good game. That's always a good game. Unfortunately, it's a little, you know, well, we don't get a chance to see what they had and everything, and it's fine. It's fine. Let's see how it plays out, but it doesn't really matter how it's playing out because, you know, we were gonna, yeah. Anyways, do we want to continue valuing? Obviously not. We're too tired. We're too tired for this. But anyways. Unfortunately, we didn't get the chance to see any, you know, any teams from, you know, any of our battlers today, which really, really was a shame. So, this is where we're going to wrap up today. Thank you guys for watching, as always. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like down below. And if you guys have not already, hit that subscribe button because it helps me out very, very much. I am trying to make this kind of a full deal, a full thing. Turn those notifications on so you guys never miss an episode of Locking Down the Ladder. Also, if you guys are into it, don't forget to go check out my Twitch channel. You know, I'm streaming every single day. I'm live every single day, mostly Pokemon-related content. You know, occasionally some Minecraft, maybe some Fortnite and stuff. It really depends. But that being said, guys, definitely go check out all those things. You know, consider helping me out a little bit. We're going to see you guys in the next episode. But until then, y'all be safe, and we will see you guys in the next time. You take care now.